Alright, y'all, so it's time. It is here. It is the end. Bad Boys of Texas, episode 14. It's been a hell of a time, and it has. I'm glad it's over. This episode picks up with them finishing up the boxing matches. So we see Prince have to go against Relly. They going. Relly was tagging Prince a few times, but towards the end, Relly gets tired, and they give the win to Prince. Prince was like doing the actual, doing the combos and things, and Relly was just wop, 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 bamboo, up in Prince's face and up his head. So they call it, and they give it to Prince, and immediately Prince has to go against Mo City. Mo only had one fight, which was Adonis. Mo said he hurt his hand when he was going. Was it Mo who hurt his hand, or was it Prince? Somebody hurt their hands. I think it was Mo City. But them two go against each other, and they both familiar with boxing, and they both throwing. And it's crazy, but Prince must have got a second win, because they was fighting good, but Mo was really giving it to Prince's body a lot. And it went to decision, and they gave it to Prince once again. Wait a minute, did they? No. So yeah, as I was saying, so they come to an end. It comes to a decision. Jonathan comes in and decides. He said Prince was, hanging with him and everything, but Mo was showing the most aggression, the most form. So he gave the win to Mo City and said, y'all do what y'all do. Prince was saying in the confessionals that they had decided that they was going to split the money, the 5 stacks. So I don't know whether Mo City split it with him or not, but yeah, that's what they said at first. Then the security goes in and he fights. They fight each other. When I tell you, that one security, he looked like he like Samoan or a Pacific Islander. He had locks. He was throwing them. That was fun. And by the way, Orlando with his Lord head. So, it's the next morning. The guys are discussing. They standing outside. It's Prince, Adonis, Rez, and Chef Teeth talking about the boxing matches. Prince got an ice package over his hand. He said he messed his hand up hitting Jarrell. And then Chef is prompted to ask, how do they feel about certain people not getting in the ring? And Prince like, well, as far as Jonathan is concerned, from what my understanding, he couldn't differentiate shit. Whoa, I really messed that word up. Wording is hard. Right to me? To hear. But, Jonathan can't differentiate between, competitive boxing and then taking it serious and going into a street fight. So that's why he really didn't fight or to get in there. So Jonathan and R-Rod was the only two that didn't box, apparently. I would have liked to see R-Rod go against somebody of the same stature as him. Like maybe, or not Orlando, but probably Rez, or I think R-Rod probably could have took on JB, to be honest. From the way he talks and stuff like that, I'm thinking he probably could have. R-Rod was my favorite this whole season. So they talking about that. They do that, and then we see them out by the grills and stuff outside. Carry-On out there looking like somebody's uncle with the daggone penny loafer shoes on and a silk top and shorts. Really looking like the uncle at the barbecue or whatever. He like, yo, go get some food and I can throw it on the grill, I can cook or whatever. But they decide not to do that. they didn't even have this party that they were supposed to be having at the house. They ended up just going, and we didn't see Jonathan until the end. The guys end up going to some restaurant and eating, like a soulful restaurant, eating and having a nice little talk about what they experienced in the house, and not just the house, but you know, out there getting bookings and all those things like that, and you know, what's his name? Adonis was like, you know, I wasn't here for the whole thing. I came in later, but like, even though I had to fight coming in, this was a good experience, and everybody give their heartfelt feelings about their experience on the show. That was a nice little conversation or whatever. We see Carry On go into, did Banger come in Carry On room? Yeah, as Carry On was packing, and they got to talking, and they talked about their relationships with their dads, and Banger was like, he don't talk to his father. And I know you can relate, because, you know, from what we saw on the blog and stuff about you and your dad. And Carry On was like, yeah, I'm just out here living my life, and hopefully I still got the hope that things will work itself out at some point. I was like, that was good. That was a nice little heartfelt moment. That happened. And then they all I think they was in the house. They was just talking. And then we finally see Jonathan again. And they get on the bus. They go get on the bus. They going somewhere. And they have a nice conversation on the bus too. And Relly and Carry On, their beef is squashed and stuff. And Relly is honest about him being on the show and all the stuff, because some people, people on alert, because you just don't know. Everybody is on alert, because they tried to come at Rez, like one person spoke out against what Rez said, what coming in the house on alert, and like having your head on the swivel, not knowing who gonna be against you, who gonna be for you. And they was like, Rez, like what? And Adonis had seconded what he said. And they was trying to say Rez B didn't have to feel like that, because he was there from the beginning. Whereas Adonis came in at the end, so he didn't know. And he came in straight fighting or whatever. And Relly was like, but yeah, like, they don't, just because he was here from the beginning and he came in the middle or towards the end, that don't mean he didn't experience that. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if people going to be for TV and do things that make the show good. Or if they're going to really truly be themselves and stuff. And I saw somebody mention that on social media about this season of Bad Boys Club, or Bad Boys, how it's different from a lot of the other shows like this, because they actually did, like, it's just not fighting the fight all the time, but like, they did have some good moments and show that men can be vulnerable enough to sit and have a conversation, have dialogue about feelings and stuff like that, and really get it out, and then like fight and then move past it if they're gonna fight or whatever. Which, yeah, that is true. We don't see that on some of the other shows at all. You know, we see them get into it, but a lot of times we don't see them throw hands. It's a lot of words being exchanged. And sometimes words, like Mom always say, words hit harder than a fist a lot of times, because you play those words over and over in your mind. And it becomes a part of your self-talk, whether negative or positive. You know, you internalize what people say. Whereas a hit from a fist, yeah, you'll remember it. And you'll feel the sting of it, depending on how hard they hit you or whatever, for a while. And you'll be like, that time I got into that fight, you know, or got into it with so-and-so. But a lot of times, them words, they hit you at the bone, at the core, you know. So, you gotta be careful what you say to and about people. Because the older I get, somebody told me when I was younger, and I didn't get it, but I definitely get it now. Words mean things. Words definitely have power. So be careful the things you say. And it's really hitting home for me now when I think about the songs we singing and how you don't have to internalize the song. But like singing and stuff, that's still a word. Those are still words coming out your mouth, you know? Tell me how y'all feel about that. So that all happens, and we see the guys pack up and get ready to leave, because everybody going on different flights and things. And they stand around, and once again they talk, and then we see them individually in their own confessionals talk about their experience on the show and stuff like that. And I want to say my two favorites was R.I. Banger and Orlando. Orlando was so freaking comical. He actually got choked up saying that, you know, the Zeus Network, they saved him. They came and got him out of jail from what we saw and everything. And they put him on this. And on one hand, it could look like they saved him. And on another hand, it could look like they was trying to exploit him. But he wasn't that much of a problem. He wasn't giving all the crazy things that people who had been having of him, you know, the clips that go viral, where he said the most outrageous things and stuff, you know. So he was showing to be real chill for me. For the most part, it was just that one time that he jumped up and hit Ara. I was like, why? Why? You think he a punk because he went up against Lou and Lou won once, you know? And that's how I felt about that whole thing. But yeah, everybody talked about their experience. Adonis was saying that he would like to come back. So maybe Adonis might be on season 3. Because he was saying he would like to come back because he didn't get the full experience from day one like the rest of the guys did. So maybe he will get that chance. People been talking about a reunion. I don't even recall, was that? They didn't have a reunion for the first season of Bad Boys Club, did they? I gotta look. Or am I thinking about something else? Yeah, so, but if they have a reunion with all the stuff that's been going on TikTok and social media, Banger putting out 2 singles, and I ain't even gonna lie, he been hanging out with some people from Baltimore, like TSU Terry, and some of the other people that dance with him, doing Baltimore dances, and you can tell when they doing their little dance videos that he can't wait to get up there and do his old fast foot dance that he be doing. Good feet, fast feet, or whatever they call that, that he been doing or whatever. And then in some of the videos, it looked like he in Baltimore in some of those videos. But he might be in the D.C. area and not in Baltimore. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, after all the stuff that's been said, I'm looking forward to a reunion. Hopefully they are having one. I just can't think right now. I'm having a brain fart on whether they had a reunion for the first season of Bad Boys Club. But, what is wrong with me? Y'all, I have to go back and edit and put this part in the video. I totally forgot to mention Raz B saying he wanted to be a part of that song they had. So the guys have a discussion about that. And first, Prince was like, nope. And then he was like, all right. When they was on the bus talking, they was on their way to the studio. So Raz B can get his chance and his shot at being on the song. They go to the studio. Raz B is a no-show to the studio. Then they do have a closing out event. They go to a club. It's a booking that Krishan got. And they put the Bad Boys on it. And they go in to perform their song. Raz B shows up for that, though. He shows up for that. They get to perform. Natalie shows up. Somebody else, Scotland or Scotty Scott, a girl from another Zeus Network show, I'm guessing. They show up to support. And the guys get to perform their song. I-Ra doing his little dance he like to do. You know what it gives me? The Holy Ghost dance. And if you go to the black church, you know what the Holy Ghost dance is when they do the fast feeds. But yeah, so they get to do that. And they have a good time doing that. And then they show Chrisean come out and sing her little song she got. And then after that, they kind of like get ready, they leave, and everybody give their closing interviews. And I forgot to mention that we see Jonathan sitting there, and he even get choked up in his closeout interview. I said, wow. Oh, Jonathan. Because I really like Jonathan in season 1. Because he brought what needed to be brought to, what's that boy name? Milan Christopher. Because Milan thought he was in charge of the girls. And he was. Until Jonathan showed up. And Jonathan was in charge of the girls this whole season. Okay? Riley thought he was. But it was Jonathan. Even in his absence. You know? And with that, I'm gone for real. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope I start getting some more engagement on here. It's like I want it, but I don't. Because I'm on here talking to y'all. But in real life, I don't want to get to a place where I'm known every time I go out. Or when I go out, people be like, oh, I know you from. Because I'm that person that it's some YouTubers that actually I look at and they live near me and I see them out from time to time, and I speak to them, talk to them and stuff, but I don't want that experience for my own self, you know what I mean? Like, so I want to have people engage and talk back to me and stuff, but I don't want to get real big like Rox and Bondi and Ashley and them. Because I like the people I like. And anybody else, like new people, I'd be like, and that might be a bad thing, but that's just me, you know? But anyway, I see y'all. Bye. It's over now. What did y'all think about the whole season? Give me a comment about your thoughts. Like this video. And I'll see y'all next time for something else. Peace.